morning, everybody. I am DIPANJAN GHOSH. Today, I want to discuss another major important chapter in your Neet syllabus, that is neuroi, contoi, and coordination. So, I want to discuss the first part of neuroi, contoi, and coordination today. So, we know in anime there are two coordinator systems. One is physical coordinator, which is done by nervous system, and another is chemical coordinator, which is done by hormonal system. But today I want to discuss about the physical coordinator system. That is the coordination which is done by the external environment and internal environment, and the coordinations between two environment is actually done by nervous system. That is, the receptor accept the stimulus and carry it to the center, and from center the message is actually performed by the motor neuron. Okay. So neuron contain cell body and process. And processes are of two types. One is axon, another is dendron. And we know neuron is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. And if we see the structure of a neuron, then we can find out it contains cell body, and cell body contain what? Now, cell body contain basically a nucleus, basically ganglions. So cell body contain, and the process are of dendrons, and they have been classified into dendrites and a long axon. And the axons are, it contain axon hillock, the Swansea presence there, the node of Ranvier presence there in axons, and the outermost layer of axon is the axoema, and myelin sheath also presence there. And the end portions remain there, the end brass. So in axon, if we see the axon portions is very much important for Neet syllabus because it contains axoema, the myelin sheath, the Swansea, neuroema, and the node of Ranvier. So those who have taken preparation for Neet, so they should have to look forward towards the axon. And we know axon and the dendrite or dendron do not contain any ganglions. Only the cell body contain the ganglions. Okay, so, you have to keep remember in your mind. And structurally, if we classify neurons, then we can find out neurons are of 5 types. This portion is very essential. They are apoiar. Whenever the cell body do not contain any process, then it is called apoiar. For example, apoiar is the amacrine cell of retina. So in amacrine cell of retina, there is neither any presence of process such as dendron or axon. So that's why they are apoiar. Okay. And whenever I come to the aspect of unipoiar, that is, there is only presence of one poi, and that poi can generate axon or dendron, or that is, axon and dendron can generate from the same poi. So that is unipoiar. For example, unipoiar is the whenever we are in embryonic stage, then there we find such type of unipoiar neuron. And whenever we come to the bipolar cell, if we go to the retina and structure of retina, and we know there are different cells, the pigment cell to the retina, and there we see the bipolar cell, because one poi generate dendron, and the another hand we see the another poi generate the axons. So the bipolar neuron is basically found to the bipolar cell of retina. Okay. And the multipolar neuron basically found to the central nervous system. We have basically found it in the central nervous system, means to the brain and spinal cord. That contain the multipolar neuron. And pseudo unipolar neuron, that type of neuron is basically found to the dorsal root of the spinal cord. So for Neet syllabus, these 5 types of neurons is very essential. So unipolar is, apolar is amacrine say of retina. Unipolar is the embryonic conditions, we see that. Bipolar is the bipolar say of retina. Multipolar neuron are the central nervous system, it is found in the central nervous system, and the pseudo unipolar is the dorsal root neuron present to the spinal cord. Okay, so structure we have classified it, and if we go to the functional, then we can find sensitive, motor, and adjuster. Okay, adjusters means adjuster neuron can adjust between sensitive and motor, and on the basis of length of axons, we have classified it into two category, neuron into two category. One is Golgi type 1 and there is the Golgi type 2. Golgi type 1 basically axons are large. This type of axons are large, and its say body present to the central nervous system, and the another part we presents to the axons portion is presents to the peripheral portions. Whereas in Golgi type 2, axons are short and small, so they are called the short circuit neuron, and the Golgi type 2 neuron is basically found to the cerebral cortex, retina, and cerebellum. Okay, so thank you.